Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading for this is your November bonus reading. We are going to jump right in here. You have this Observer card and this Mending card coming up first. So it is a time of healing. Mercury retrograde is actually a pretty good time to heal anything from the past or anything that you've been dealing with. So a lot of you could be doing that at this time here, Capricorn. And, that would make a lot of sense. Oh, I like that. You have this wealthy woman card here. It doesn't matter if you're a man, woman, whatever. You in these general readings, I don't attach gender to my card, so it could be whatever you are. And I do feel like this is you. I kind of feel like saying it's like finally your turn here, Capricorn, like something you've been waiting for. It's like finally your time to get whatever that is, or to have something that you've been hoping for. That could be like part of the healing that's going on here as well, is that you're like finally, getting something that you've been working for or working on, which is great. I think it's been a long time since Capricorn has been able to get something they want. You start here in your current general energies with the Temperance card. Temperance is patience, of course. I think you have been very patient. Temperance is like trying to create a change. I would really encourage you to do this, is what I feel like saying, Capricorn. It's like I feel like you know things that no one else does, and I'm not trying to be mysterious here. It's just like there's the way that I see this in my head for you is that you see the writing on the wall in something, and no one else sees it. And again, I'm not trying to be mysterious or anything, but this could be your job. It's like maybe you realize that maybe you feel something weird is off about your job, and it's like that you need to go get a new one. But I feel like this is like an opportunity that you're spotting. It's like you are seeing something before anyone else does, but I still feel like you're waiting, and I feel like you need to get off on this path. I always say with the Temperance card, the Temperance card is not a bad card, but this is the path to glory. He could go claim that crown right now. And that's how I feel for you. It's like there's something that you're thinking about right now. I feel like the universe is literally saying it's like, it's your turn. It's finally your turn here, Capricorn, to go, have something or claim something. But it's like you have to stop waiting. I think most of you probably really do know what this is, because it's probably something you've been thinking a lot about. It's probably something where you're like, I need to go do this, or I should do that, or whatever, right? And I would like make your move here, Cap. You have the Queen of Wands as your crossing energy. The crossing energy can be what hurts you or helps you in a Celtic cross. The Queen of Wands wants you to I feel something different than I normally feel with her for you, Capricorn. I feel like she wants you to almost believe in magic a little bit, or something like normally I would say that she needs to follow her bliss, right? She needs to follow the sunflower, because the sunflower is pointing towards the sun. And basically what it says is that she needs to follow her bliss. She needs to do things that bring her more joy, peace, happiness, all those good feelings. But for you, I feel this is more like a belief that is maybe preventing you from moving forward. Like, it's like maybe you are thinking that for you to have a successful business, it would be like winning the lottery. It's like I feel like you are making the odds too hard, or it's like you're thinking that the odds are against you, but the odds are in your favor, right? Like the Hunger Games. We're basically living in the Hunger Games right now. How exciting is that? But, what I would say is, again, I think the odds are in your favor, and maybe you need to realize that. And, this could be anything, it could even be in love, or, something else that you're working on. It's almost like you're thinking the odds are too much against you, is like the message I'm getting there. Next, in the area of what's on your mind, you have the Justice card. Justice is like thinking about cause and effect. It could be thinking about justice as well. I would be careful in getting stuck in that whole, the whole thinking that things have to be fair as well. Life isn't fair. And, that sucks. But, sometimes I think we can, it's like we can think that things have to be fair and they're not. And, that can get us caught up a little bit. I do feel a good thing about this, though, is that, I do feel you are paying attention to what's working, what's not working. We have the Eight of Wands right here. The Eight of Wands really wants us to remove friction. The Eight of Wands wants us to create a slip and slide in life. We'll talk about it in a second. Probably the most important card here, really. And, really we can do that by doubling down on what works, and that's what the Justice card wants. Next, in the area of your foundation, you have the Page of Pentacles. I would say probably end of December. No, I lied. Probably like next year, January, February-ish, you are going to find yourself like learning a lot or wanting to learn more, just based off the astrology. And I think that it would be a great time for you to learn new things. Actually, I kind of feel like you are learning new things, like literally right now. Today is November 1st. I forgot. So today's November 1st, the day I'm recording this video. Maybe whatever this last week was, I don't remember. The week of October 27th or something like that. Whatever that week was, maybe you started learning something new. And, I think whatever you are learning, I would keep following that thread. It's almost like I see that in my head. It's like you're following some sort of thread here. And, I feel like you could be pulling on a thread. You could be getting something to unravel, but in a good way. It's like, I almost feel this card is encouraging you to be curious. I don't really look at the Page of Pentacles as curious. To me, the Page of Swords is the card of curiosity. But I feel like this is saying you should be pulling a thread, as in you should be learning something about whatever you're growing or whatever you're trying to improve in your life. It's almost like the more you pull on that, the more you're going to learn, the more successful you're going to be. And so I don't know, crazy reading here for you, Capricorn. I like it. I think it's good. But just crazy messages off of these cards for sure. Next, in your past position, you have this family room. It says private, family matters, comfortable matters, kept secret, inner soul, intimacy, private discussions, retreat. You have this wealthy woman. It says wealth, beauty, youthful, fun, charm, creativity, luxury, vanity, good life, high standard of living. Yes, I think Capricorn is trying to get more fancy. I really feel all the Taurus energy is doing this for Capricorn. And again, this is not materialism. Again, I think people make a mistake when they say things like, Taurus is materialistic and things like that, or Taurus energy. And yes, I understand you're a Capricorn. I hear someone right now correcting me. Yes, I'm talking about Taurus energy. I'm not talking about Capricorn. Or I am talking about Capricorn, but still, I think people make a mistake when they say that. Taurus just wants quality things in their life. And I feel that's really where this is going here, Capricorn. I feel like this is saying that you are trying to create quality, or you want nicer things, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? It's like I always tell people, like I have a person in my life who has bought about 40 blenders now since I met them, because they keep buying a cheap blender and it always breaks. I bought one expensive blender. I've had it for like 10 freaking years and it still works great. You know what I'm saying? So they could have probably bought the blender I bought about 10 times over once, instead of buying it 1,000 times, right? And that's what I feel is going on for you. It's like you're trying to increase the quality, or your standard of living, or whatever you want to call it. You show up here, Capricorn, in your past position. We have the Queen of Pentacles. The thing about the Queen of Pentacles is that she's forced to be resourceful, and I don't think you want to be resourceful, is what that card is saying. It's like, again, I'm not saying that we shouldn't be resourceful. Of course we should, always, even if you have $1 billion in the bank account, right? But I feel like you don't want to have to be forced to be resourceful. I feel you're trying to create like true abundance, where you're not having to like pinch pennies and scrape for every dollar and all that other stuff, right? And the beautiful thing is that this is coming up in your past position, so I kind of feel like you're getting there. Like I said at the beginning of your reading, it's like it's finally your turn to live the good life, or something like that. And I feel very good about that. Next, in the area of your very near future, you have this Griffin card. It says honor and good luck. You have this Moon card. It says you will be guided through darkness. Yes, nobody knows everything right now. Nobody knows anything right now, actually. Neptune and Pisces, retrograde. I think people don't realize what a kind of like dark, confusing energy it is. Neptune, to me, Neptune is not great. Not that I think it's bad. It's necessary. It creates spiritual change and things like that. But I think it's a difficult energy, especially in Pisces. I don't believe Neptune rules Pisces. I still believe that Jupiter, the ancient ruler of Pisces, is the ruler of Pisces. I'm a Pisces. I don't like Neptune and Pisces. It's like being in the middle of an ocean with like 10,000-foot waves with 1,000,000 hurricanes above your head. It's like you kind of like have a direction. You want to get somewhere, but you can't. And so, it's very confusing and hard, I think. And like knowing what to do and, having the confidence is, a little bit of a challenge as well. But luckily, I think that this is changing for you, Capricorn. And I feel there's like a lot of good energy coming in here. Probably the most important thing you could do is this right here, Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is quick success, a quick conclusion, moving forward very quickly. But, I always say it's my card of creating a slip and slide in life. I'm pretty sure that this has been a focus for you this year, 2025. It's definitely something I would focus on. Like, can you create better systems? Can you make things smoother in your life? Anything that you don't want to do, can you make it better? Or do you have to remove it? I don't know, right? Uranus and Gemini. I think that Uranus and Gemini, like what people don't realize is that, Uranus and Gemini, I think, can make us get rid of things that, are taking up too much time or maybe don't align with our values or things like that. I actually am I'm kind of giving one of my businesses away to a friend this year, slowly but surely, because it just takes too much time, right? And I love it, but I don't love it, right? It's not like very, very deep desire that I really want to be doing and want to be focusing on. And I think you could be going through this as well. That's why I'm saying it. I'm not saying it's a business, but it could be something. It could be something that you love it, but maybe you don't love it on truly on a deep level. And I think removing those things would be great because it would probably free up a lot of time and make things quicker, faster, smoother for you. I would also be focusing on small things as well. It's like, again, any activities or habits or anything that's slowing you down, you don't have to get rid of it, but you could make it smoother. And that's the other thing as well. Like, technically I could have hired someone to take over that business but just not worth it for me. So that's why I didn't. But like that would be an option, right? That I could have made it smoother that way. And so I think that's how you need to think with the Eight of Wands. I feel like there's going to be a lot of communication for you as well. We have a lot of people showing up in this reading. Queen of Wands, Page of Pentacles, these two pages here, and the Emperor. So I think that it could be, even though it's Mercury retrograde this month, starting on the 9th until the 29th, basically the entire month, doesn't matter. I think you're going to be very popular. Next, in your outcome, you have this conflict. It says repressed emotions, unresolved issues. You have this abandon. It says left behind, unsupported, and anxiety. This is projection, I feel. I feel like this is future projection intuitively, kind of. I kind of feel good about this conflict card, really. It's like, I feel there are some emotions that are going to burst out of you, but is this a bad thing? I don't know. I feel like those two should kiss on the card, you know what I mean? And so, I don't know, that might sound stupid, but, for some of you, this could be love. You have the Page of Cups. And so it's like maybe something is going to come out of you. I feel you have the fear of abandonment. We've talked about this before. Because of your astrology, it wouldn't surprise me if you have had a negative, significant relationship in the past. We've talked about it a million times this year, but I'm cheating because it's basically in the astrology for you. And I think that there could be new love, for example, if you want it, but I think you have to maybe get over the fear of abandonment. I also think this could be something that you will love. I also think the same story has played out for Capricorn in business. The challenge for Capricorn is the climbing the mountains. Capricorn's karma is to learn to climb a mountain, maintain that level. Most Capricorns, when they're younger, it's like they go up, they go down, they go up, they go down, right? Your job is to go up, maintain, and then go up again and maintain that level of success all the way through. The other thing for a Capricorn is being able to spot opportunity. It's not necessarily easy to be a Capricorn, but, in Vedic astrology, Capricorn is the crocodile, and crocodiles are like sit and wait predators. They have moments of their life where they're doing nothing. Then they have moments of their life where they have that explosive energy where they go up, right? Because they're capturing their prey. And so I think that that's what you need to focus on, is to really double down on the opportunities when they show up and really take advantage of them, and then maintain the opportunity until the next one comes, right? This could be in business, could be in love, could be in anything, but I feel you have learned that lesson. And I feel like the abandonment thing could be very big picture. It's like maybe some things don't abandon you, but it's like things start to, go down slowly over time. And it feels like abandonment. And, again, I think you're kind of working through that. Next, over the next few months, you have the Page of Cups. Could be love if you want it. So there could be a strong connection coming in for you. Page of Cups is like an admirer. The Page of Cups is also your dream. And so the Page of Cups wants you to bring your dream down to earth, which, basically everybody is going to get this month because we're at the end of Neptune and Pisces. It's retrograding in Pisces right now, and it'll go back into Aries in January. So we have like one more shot, one more chance to really, make the impossible dream happen here on Earth, and I would. You have the Page of Wands. Page of Wands is going on an adventure. And this is coming up in the area of your closest relationships. This is all relationships in your life. This includes your relationship to things, people, places, and things that you do. And so the Page of Wands is about doing things that make you feel more optimistic, right, and more happy. So I would be spending more time in, doing more things with people who make you feel optimistic and people who make you feel positive, and, all that other good stuff here, Capricorn, is really what I would be focusing on with this card. And even the Eight of Wands, again, it's like slick energy. It's like what things are smooth in your life and what relationships are smooth. That's what you should be really focusing on with the Page of Wands. Next, for your future feelings, you have the Nine of Cups, some sort of wish or dream come true coming in for you. So love it. Definitely good time to make a wish, I think, for you, Capricorn. There is still a little bit of luck in the astrology, so I would be making a wish. Nine of Cups is about being in the energy of what you want. You have to be the thing you want to be before you can have it. And so I would be embracing and soaking up the vibe of, good things and acting as if you already have the things that you want and all that other good stuff so that you can get it. The other thing, there's an alternative meaning to the Nine of Cups. He has these cups behind him, and the alternative meaning is that he's a barkeep and he is deciding who and what gets his energy at this time. So it might be a good time this whole month. I would say, really until like March of next year would be a good time for you to like really be very picky about who and what gets your time, effort, attention, energy. Avoid distractions, avoid things that could potentially get in the way, and all this other stuff. It's like some things might just not be important. It's like I have boundaries popping into my head as well here. It's like the other night I was at this class, and this girl was at this class, and she like got a call during the middle of the class, and she's like, oh, I have to leave, and all this other stuff. There was like some issue with her friend, and no judgments here, but at the same time, I was like thinking to myself, I'm like, it's like in those moments we should really have boundaries. It's like we shouldn't, if we're doing something important, it's like, should we let someone I understand being a good friend and things like that, but did she really have to leave? Probably not. That story's popping into my head. It's not important at all. But, it's like, I feel something about that. Like, if someone is, it's like, in those moments, I just know people who do stuff like that, who, like, call their friend and are, like, having a disaster and causing a problem. And it's popping into my head that you should be careful of your time. And, if someone has a problem, maybe they need to solve it on their own. Your outcome is the Emperor, which is great. You could be attracting an Emperor here. This could also be you just taking the lead. Again, before next year, we are, really being asked to take the lead. Saturn and Neptune are both going to move back into Aries in January and February of next year. And so we're all being asked to take the lead on something. And, again, people always say to me, oh, but that's not till next year. Right, yes, but you should do it now. Because if you do it now, if you take the lead on something that's important, and you take advantage of an opportunity, like I said, the crocodile, he has his armor on underneath his cloak. He's not doing anything right now. He's waiting for an opportunity. When he gets the opportunity, he jumps on it. He doesn't wait. And so, again, there could be an important opportunity. With the Temperance card and the Queen of Wands, you have the Three of Pentacles. Definitely time to show off. Queen of Wands can be a little bit of a wallflower. She's kind of like hiding herself, right? Three of Pentacles is the total opposite. So, it might be time to, put yourself on display. It might be time to show off, or, if you've been working on a project, it might be time to reveal it to the world, right? That's what he's doing. He's getting credit for having done a really good job. And, this is like a high degree of quality that he has created here, and he's getting attention for it. So, definitely could be a good time to show off. With the Justice card, you have the Five of Cups. Yes, this right here with these two cards right here. I feel like this is connected. I feel like your mind, and even though this is the last row, I feel like this is in your mind right here. And, he is maybe fearing that he's going to be abandoned by something. It's like justice is fairness. I said that when we talked about the Justice card, I feel like you're worried in your mind that something won't be balanced, but it will. It could be anything. It could be something you're working on here. It could be a potential relationship that you want to get into. And the Five of Cups is like the fear of regret, or the fear that you're going to regret something. And I feel the reading is saying you won't, but you're fearing that you will. And that is the fear I would face. With the Page of Pentacles, you have the King of Pentacles, yes. So we have divine counterparts here. King of Pentacles is a foundational card. I love when he shows up in this position because this is your foundation position right here for the reading. And so he can represent having a solid foundation and, kind of like launching yourself off from a solid foundation. He's also the card of wealth building, and you have that wealthy woman card, which, could just be a wealthy person, you kind of creating wealth or doing something to create wealth. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Cups here. I thought, for some reason, you had it twice. I guess not. But the Ten of Cups is fortune after difficulty. Happy home, happy family. Good things coming in for you. So, there could be some, blessings coming in here. And by not playing small with that Queen of Pentacles, though, like I said, she is focused on the nicer things in life. Or, I feel like you are focused on having quality, like I already said. And, the Ten of Cups is about doing things to bring that dream down to earth. With the Eight of Wands, you have the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is anything that is round, right? So those are the obstacles that you should be focusing on, I feel, with the Nine of Swords and the Eight of Wands, is anything that is just repeating, anything that's going round, anything that is, causing a problem. Those are the things that you should be smoothing out and removing. The Nine of Swords is really about taking control because, the Nine of Swords, there's a person right here on the bed who's hitting another person with a sword. And so the Nine of Swords says you can be the bug or the windshield. You can be the immovable force, or you can be the thing that gets splatted against the immovable force. And so the Nine of Swords really wants us to take control of our situation and become immovable. With the Page of Cups, you have the Judgment card. It's like some sort of wake-up call, I feel, happening here. Could be with a person, for sure. Especially if there's, conflict going on. I don't really feel this is conflict. I feel it's, repression, or, a holding back energy. I don't know if it's you or them, or you're both holding back in this situation. It kind of feels like both to me, really. But, the Judgment card can be a wake-up call to do something about it. So I would listen to any wake-up calls or any information you're getting. With the Page of Wands, you have the Queen of Pentacles again. So you showing up here. So this is you needing to focus on relationships that multiply. The Queen of Pentacles is multiplication. Some relationships will give more to you than others, right? And the Queen of Pentacles, I feel this is all relationships, not just people, but also your habits, the things that you do, your home, your relationship to things as well. It's what things actually add to your life more, multiple, and what things subtract. And only you can answer that question. With the Nine of Cups, we have the Tower. This is actually pretty good because we have the Tower and the Judgment card. Tower and Judgment together is like a major wake-up call or a light bulb moment or a major revelation. I consider it to be the most powerful combination in the tarot, and so there could be a major realization that you're having about what fulfillment means to you here, Capricorn, with the Nine of Cups. And again, the more you get into that energy of fulfillment, but from a place of your values, then that's when good things will happen. With the Emperor, you have the Wheel of Fortune cycles. Again, it's you might notice that there are certain opportunities that come around every year or something like that. It's take advantage of those opportunities that repeat. It's for me, just to give you a quick example, every year I do yearly readings. They're always my best performing videos of the year. So it's every year I know I should do it. Every year I know when the wheel comes around, I should do that because it's going to be a boost, right? And so the Wheel of Fortune says what opportunities in your life or what things can repeat and what ones can you double down on to change your fortunes. And I would definitely be kind of thinking about that with the Wheel of Fortune. I do feel there's a little bit of luck here in this reading as well. Again, you have this Wealthy Woman card, and it is a lucky card, or it could represent luck coming in for you. So I would be taking advantage of lucky opportunities. You have this Weeping Willow card that says family sorrow. I feel like this is sorrow in general. I feel that I don't really feel like you're feeling sorry for yourself or anything, Capricorn, but I do think you're thinking a lot about things that haven't worked. Five of Cups in the area of your thoughts. And, I intuitively feel this is asking you to either heal those things or, realize that you can change your situation. You have this Dolphin card. It says financial gain usually coming from something you did in the past. There you go. Can't make that up. Wheel of Fortune, something coming back around. So, there could be an opportunity. Is this something you did in the past? Maybe. But I really feel this is just an abundant opportunity that's coming back into your life or coming back around. And so if anything like that is happening, I would definitely jump on it. You have this Ant card. It says work, achievement, success. Yeah, the whole entire reading kind of talks about that. You have this Marriage card. There you go. If you're attracting love, you could be attracting a person you'll marry in the future. You have this Broken Bridge. It says unsuccessful outcome to a problem. I would be careful of things that just aren't working. 8 of Wands, 9 of Swords. It's like there are just some things that just aren't meant to work. And I feel like this card is asking you to be okay with that, right? And it's like saying there's a million other things that could work. 8 of Wands. There's a million solutions to, anything that you're dealing with. And it wants you to focus on that. But this looks pretty good, Capricorn. I love this. So make sure to leave a comment. Really helps me out. And definitely enjoy your month.